How's it going, guys? In today's video we're going to be showing off some of the new Windwitch stuff. Like I do in most videos, I'm going to go over the new stuff, then I'm going to go over the old stuff, just to show you what the cards are for those of you who don't know. So if you just want to watch the first part of the video where you understand the new cards, it's fine, and then the second part we're going to be going over some of the older stuff just to show you the synergy of the cards. So the first card we have here is Windwitch Blizzard Bell. So they're like a synchro based archetype that came out in Arc V. This is the character that uses it in the anime. So it's a spellcaster tuner effect, level 5, attack 1800. You can only use the second effect once per turn. If you control no monsters, all monsters you control, or all monsters you control are Windwitch, you can normal summon this card without tributing during your opponent's main phase. If you control a Windwitch monster other than Windwitch Blizzard Bell, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard and inflict 500 damage to your opponent. So the new thing they've added, they kind of had it like a smaller part in the older cards where you inflict damage, but we'll go over why that's a kind of a big enough deal in a second. The next card we have is Freezebell, which is Wind spellcaster effect, level 3, attack and defense 1200. So if all monsters you control are Windwitch monsters, minimum of 1, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then once per turn you can increase this card level by 1. A wind synchro monster that was summoned using this card as material cannot be destroyed by battle. So this works really well with I think it's either Glass Bell, maybe it's Ice or Glass Bell, which, like I said, we'll go over now in a second. Just to go into a level 8, which is kind of cool, because mainly what they do is they go into level 7 and then special summon like a level 1 tuner, or you have a level 3 tuner, you special summon a level 1 monster and then go into the level 8. Normally the way the deck kind of made its way into the meta game was it would summon Crystal Wing with one card, which was kind of cool. Then the next card we have is very reminiscent of Crystal Bell, which is the fusion monster. So it's like a counterpart for the fusion monster. So like that, for those who don't know, the fusion monster was like a dark counterpart when she was possessed, and this actually looks very much similar to it. So this is Diamond Bell, and this is a Wind spellcaster synchro effect, level 8 monster, attack 2800, defense 2400. If this card is synchro summoned, you can target a Windwitch monster in your graveyard and inflict damage to your opponent equal to half its attack. Again, it's like a burn sort of damage. Once per turn, if your opponent takes battle or effect damage, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. This effect can only be used up to twice per turn if this card is synchro summoned using only Windwitch monsters as material. So as you can see there, you can destroy two things, 2 cards on the field per turn every time you inflict damage. So straight away you're going to get to destroy a card for free pretty much. This card is not as good as Crystal Wing, but it's still, I suppose, late game for like that, like a Gaga cowboy sort of thing. Like that seen meta stuff as well, where it just kind of inflicted a good bit of damage at the end. Like the only stuff you're going to be inflicting is like 600. It's not going to be very, very high unless you use the Winter Bell or Crystal Bell, which like that we'll go over now in a second. Next they get a spell card, and guys, this is all coming out in that Blazing Vortex set, the brand new one with the armed dragon on the front of it. So this one is Chime of the Windwitch. It's a normal spell. You can activate one card with this card's name once per turn. You cannot special monsters the turn you activate this card except for wind monsters. Target a Windwitch monster you can roll special one Windwitch monster with a different name from your deck in defense position. So you're getting like a monster born sort of thing. Or a different monster from your deck, so you're actually getting a free synchro monster pretty much. The next card actually kind of has some of the best artwork, which is kind of cool. And this one's actually really cool. This is Ice Wind's Refrain. Actually, now that I think about it, Lost Wind, for those of you who know that card, it's a trap card that is kind of like a budget version of Impermanence. This was the character that made this card, so that's another thing. So this one is, you can only activate one of these cards in per turn. Activate one of these effects, target a Windwitch monster in your graveyard, special summon it, so that's a monster born. Or when your opponent activates a card or effect in response to an activation of a Windwitch monster effect, negate your opponent's effect. So it doesn't destroy it, but like it's going to have Lost Wind and this, I suppose, in the deck if you do want to run it that way. So that's it for the new cards. Like that, I'll go over what I was talking about. This is the older card. As you can see, it requires Windwitch Winter Bell and a Windwitch monster. Winter Bell we will go over now in a second. So it looks a lot like it, except for obviously the purple part, and it has a lot more. It's just cooler. This one has 2800, so the most you could inflict is 1400 from the other card's effect. If you want to read the card's effect, it's there, I suppose, but it's not really used in the deck at all. For instance, this is Winterbell. This is the one you used to fusion into it. This was the level 7 main card that you used. So this one is target a Windwitch monster in the graveyard and inflict damage to opponent equal to the target's level times 200. During the battle phase, quick effect, you can target a Windwitch monster you control, special summon one monster from your hand with level less than or equal to that monster. It can't attack turn you activated. But like that, another burn damage, so you could go into like that and then summon something like this maybe and do it that way. The next card we have is the level 1 tuner, which is Snowbell. So this one is if you control 2 or more wind monsters and no non-wind monsters, you can special this card from your hand. Wind synchro monster that was summoned using this card that cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. So like that, as we're seeing the synergy with this card here, the monster can't be destroyed by battle. So if you use this and the likes of Snowbell like that, it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, which is kind of nice. Then we have Glass Bell, and if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a Windwitch monster from your deck to your hand, except Windwitch Glass Bell. So the whole point of this kind of thing is the whole deck works off this card first. So this card searches the it special summons Glass Bell, and Glass Bell searches Snowbell. Snowbell will special summon itself, and you go into Crystal Wing, and that's how that used to work. So this one is if you control no monsters, you can special this card from your hand. Then you can special one Windwitch monster from your deck, but it cannot be tributed. You cannot special monster from the extra deck except for level 5 wind monsters. If this card normal or special summons, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each Windwitch Ice Bell once per turn, or for each effect of Windwitch Ice Bell once per turn. So normally what you do is you'd run 3 Ice Bell, 2 Glass Bell, and 1 Snowbell, and that's the way that the engine worked in the deck. It was running with things like Invoked and stuff like that. But it's good. It's interesting. And this card obviously works really well. I'm not sure. Like I think. This is a 5. So I'm assuming you're going to use it with Glass Bell maybe. I mean, you can use it with Glass Bell. You can use it with the new card here as well. You can tribute it, and then all the other ones special summon themselves just to make a level 8. I suppose it's useful. This one isn't as much as this one I like, just because it's special summoned itself. It's going to be used as a link fodder as well, I'm assuming. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't lock yourself into anything, so it's kind of cool. But this card is really, really cool as well. Yeah, I'm not sure. I still think like Crystal Wing is going to be a main card using this, and this is only kind of an afterthought if you want to inflict serious damage. These are kind of cool, especially this one. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What you think of, if you like the cards, if you like the old Wind Witches or whatever. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because it helps me out big time. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Good luck.